Donald Trump has declared war on your wallet, declared war on your bank account. And the way that he is doing it is deceptive. He is hoping that you will not realize what he's doing. But he made a claim, a promise in the smoke-filled room filled with billionaire CEOs and all that he is going to propose an all tariff policy that could result in the end of income taxes. We don't need an income tax anymore eventually, he says, if we move to just tariffs, okay? And that's supposed to confuse you. It's supposed to make you go to sleep. I mean, tariffs, like, I don't know, it sounds wonky or whatever, but don't worry, we're gonna simplify this. Bear in mind, the CEOs love this idea because they make tons of money. And the income tax takes a comparatively large amount of money that they pay. For those of you who spend virtually everything that you make just struggling to survive, okay, when tariffs raise prices on everything from cars to electronics to fruit to clothing to everything that you buy, that is a massive tax under a different name that you will pay, and it will make up a significant portion of your income. For them, they save and invest most of their money. They're not gonna pay much more as a result of the tariffs, so they love this thing. But that's what he's proposing.
The video will continue in just a moment, but first I have a message for you. TYT needs your help. Membership is vital to survival, so please go to tyt.com/team and become a member today.
So not only is it a massive transfer of your money to the wealthy, but it's also a stupid, clownish idea for actually funding the government, because there's absolutely no way that you can fund the US government off of tariffs. Tariffs make up 2% of government receipts, and I understand he wants to raise them. I don't think he's gonna raise them by 50 times, and if he did, that would be disastrous for the American economy. And so we'll get to more, but Brett, you looked like you liked the idea.
No, I can't even wrap my mind around how it would work. It is definitely a regressive tax, and regressive, it's like when people say, I just want to do sales tax and that's it. It's like the crap people buy, it's more of a poorer person's income. It's a higher percentage of my income as a poor goes to buying food, because I only have this much money and food costs this much money. And then if I have a bigger income, maybe I buy slightly more food, but it's definitely a smaller portion of my income than you. Yeah. All those goods that you buy, not necessarily services, but the goods you buy are gonna be so much more expensive to make up for this, or they're gonna have to be produced in America, in which case there's not going to be a tariff applied to it. So if we make up for the tariff for the tariffs by using all American goods, great, we all want that. But now we're not collecting any tax for the government. So the deficit is going between what we spend on stuff to make the government work and America work is going to be so enormous if we account for the tariffs properly, that America, like, it's the dumbest. It's like put it all on the orange roulette wheel. I want that one. It's like, we don't have one. Just put it all over there. What a crazy ass approach.
I love your explanation, because it's the sort of thing where if it doesn't achieve its stated goal of getting more businesses here, then it can't fund the US government. But if it does succeed, then it definitely can't fund the US government. It doesn't succeed for what they say they want it to do in any occurrence, but it will definitely succeed in what they want it to do, which is lowering taxes on the wealthiest people in the country.
Right, and this is the most Trump thing is like, listen, everyone's like, oh, he didn't actually nuke a hurricane. Oh, he isn't gonna actually make it a tariff. But no, this is how dumb he is. He is telling you at every turn, put bleach in the body. He didn't do it, he just floating the idea. No, you know how, like, don't say the dumb stuff this loud or at all.
Or at all, that would be great. And by the way, I wanna put this in more absolute terms. So there was an estimate that was provided for if you were to do his thing where you get rid of income taxes and you replace it with a big tariff. They estimated what effect those two things would have on different aspects of the economy. So if we could bring up this Brendan Duke tweet, he's an economist. For those in the bottom 20% of income, you would effectively lose, it's small font, I apologize, but I think it's 26% of your money you would lose in comparison to where you're already at. So imagine the struggle that you experience day to day and imagine it being a quarter harder than it is now. But don't worry, that may be tougher for you, but you can always make yourself feel better by knowing that for the wealthiest in society, literally the top 1%, they'd make 20% more money than they do right now. You know those people who have boats that take them to their boats? They'll have 20% more money. Those people who literally can't find stuff to spend all of their mounds of money on, they'll have 20% bigger mounds than they have right now, while you struggle even harder than you already are. And this sort of plan, I'm sure if they even talk about it on Fox News, they're just gonna lavish him with praise. They've been talking about inflation and everything. They're gonna deflate your bank account by a quarter and spit in your face while they do it.
It's crazy. And they're going to say like, listen, at least he's because they can't defend all of it. They're like, at least he's thinking out of the box. Joe Biden, he's dumb. He's old. Like that's the kind of stuff that they'll say. It is textbook. Wow. What a weird thing to pitch, to say out loud. My God.
And he talks about it with business leaders who know how stupid it is.
That's like in front of Burks when he's like, let's just clean the whole thing out with use UV light in your body. 100%. And she's just like, what?
It's like when Elon Musk talks about programming in front of programmers and they tweet how nonsensical everything he thinks he knows about programming is. Like, yeah, you can fool the rubes, but you can't fool the people who actually have the expertise. When you click the join button and become a tier 2 member, you get access to all of our weekly top 10 lists. What are you waiting for?